Obin Namadukwe is my name. I am a businessman who was doing pretty well for myself. I had a duplex and Toyota Camry of my own, and among my friends, I was considered an elite. I got married to my wife, whom I fondly call Nkem, in the year 2020, and it was a life of bliss. I had a happy home, and my business was thriving. Within the space of 7 years, my wife had given me 3 children and was pregnant for the last. I was a fulfilled man, and I left the house every morning to work in anticipation of coming back to a sweet family. But just as the saying goes, good times don't last. Soon my business began to decline. I was making losses because of the inflation on the prices of goods, and soon my shop was almost empty. That didn't stop me from going to work every day, just to find something for I and my family to feed on. But things only got worse. My friends, who seemed to be doing well for themselves, would invite me to the beer parlor every evening, and there we would drink ourselves to stupor. The good and bad thing was that I never had to pay for the drinks, only my presence was needed. My drinking habit got worse, and soon Nkem and I began to quarrel and fight. I tried to explain to her that I wasn't the one paying for the drinks, but she couldn't bring herself to accept the fact that I had friends who were willing to pay thousands of naira for alcoholic drinks, whereas I had a hungry family at home. She must have thought to herself that I was either a wicked man who didn't care for his family, or my friends were simply stupid. On several occasions, I was forced to plead with my friends for financial support to boost my dying business, but they were never willing to help. And yet, every evening they would still invite me for drinks, which I would watch them spend thousands of naira on crates of alcohol. There was a brainstorm in my home, and every night as I got back home, I observed that my wife was like a time bomb waiting to explode. And she did explode. I came back home that evening, unusually sober, only to find my wife packing her bags to leave I and the kids. I was frustrated and confused. She wanted a divorce, since I had chosen my friends over our marriage. I began to plead with her. Unfortunately, she forgave me, on the condition that I had to stay away from my friends, who were a negative influence on both I and our family. I readily agreed. I couldn't afford to lose the beautiful family that I and Nkem had created. I realized that it was way better to go home to my family every evening after work, no matter how bad the day went, than to be spent drinking away my destiny with unsupportive friends. My business, it began to thrive again, and I also realized that just like life, in business there are high and low moments. We just have to keep pushing.